Suppose you find yourself standing at a fork in the road of life. One path meanders into a world where you live on autopilot, entwined in the whims of the world, constantly reacting to each and every plot twist in the grand play of existence. The other path, however, is less traveled. It calls to you, encouraging you to seize control, to consciously choose your response to the serendipitous symphony of situations that is life. Which path would you choose? As you ponder, I encourage you to explore the deeper implications of this choice. You see, the power to choose, to assert control over our reactions, this is the beacon that lights the path to consciousness. Consciousness is not just a nebulous concept, it is the essence of being, the recognition of our existence in the present, and an understanding of our mental commentary about our circumstances. But this quintessential power, this beacon of consciousness, is frequently dimmed in the cacophony of our daily grind. We, the magnificent beings perched on the apex of evolution, often find ourselves sleepwalking through life, surrendering our reins to the unconscious mind. We allow our internal narratives to dictate our feelings and responses, which, more often than not, steers us toward a state of unhappiness and suffering. Sounds dire, doesn't it? But fellow seekers, within every cloud of despair hides a silver lining. Let's consider our minds, grand theaters where thoughts put on intricate performances. The mind, as captivating as it is, can often perform the role of a skilled illusionist, ceaselessly spinning tales of judgments, interpretations, and assumptions. But the time has come to pull back the curtains, to peek behind the facade. By choosing to differentiate between the actual happenings and our mental commentary, we initiate a transformation. We step into the realm of conscious living. We awaken to the power of the present moment. To illustrate this idea more vividly, allow me to share a story. Imagine a man taking a tranquil stroll on a pristine beach. The sky is painted with the golden hues of the setting sun, and the cool waves lovingly brush against his feet. Suddenly, his serenity is disrupted by a sharp object pricking his foot. His face contorts with pain, and a wave of anger rises within him. He curses the individual responsible for carelessly leaving this dangerous object on the beach. But what if we freeze this moment, turn it over, and examine it from another perspective? The man indeed experienced pain, but the anger, the blame, the frustration, where did these emotions originate? You see, these feelings were the product of his mental commentary. Now, let's rewrite the scenario. Suppose in the face of pain, the man chooses to consciously separate the circumstance, the sharp object, from his commentary. He stoically accepts the moment, searches for the object, and to his surprise, discovers a valuable gemstone half buried in the sand. A surprising plot twist, isn't it? His story would have taken a completely different turn had he remained entangled in his initial reaction. I now invite you to take this understanding into your life. Today, as you navigate the day's activities, conduct a conscious experiment. Separate your circumstances from your mental commentary. Ask yourself, is this situation causing my distress, or is it my interpretation of the situation? Is the cloud of discomfort in the room due to the heated argument, or is it because of your inner voice proclaiming, "I hate conflict"? Ponder upon this, and the results might surprise you. Now let's expand our horizons. Imagine the transformative wave this shift in individual consciousness can bring about in our collective consciousness. When a person chooses conscious living, they not only alleviate their suffering, but also cease to radiate negativity around them. This choice then ripples through their environment, influencing their personal relationships and gradually permeating the larger societal fabric. Think about it, a society of individuals who are aware, who understand their mental processes, and who choose to live consciously. Wouldn't that be a remarkable place? However, to achieve this, we need to plant the seeds early and teach our children about consciousness and mindful living. We teach them to drive, we teach them math, so why not teach them how to live consciously? A revolutionary thought for the education system, perhaps, but isn't it high time we paid attention to the nurturing of young minds in this aspect? We can dream of a world where this understanding of consciousness becomes a cornerstone of education. Imagine a generation growing up with this deep understanding of their consciousness, armed with the tools to navigate life consciously. Wouldn't their journey be smoother than ours? Wouldn't they be better prepared to tackle the highs and lows of life? Fellow seekers, as we venture on this expedition of understanding our minds, it's essential to remember that, like any other journey, there will be bumps on the road. There will be twists and turns. You might occasionally find yourself ensnared in the mind's illusions, but remember, recognizing the trap is the first step to freeing yourself from it. We should continue to explore, ask questions, remain curious, and keep a dash of humor ready at hand. Why, you might ask? Because as we navigate this sometimes bumpy journey, a chuckle or two might just make the ride a tad more enjoyable. After all, shouldn't the journey to understanding our minds be as interesting as the destination itself? In the grand theatre of our minds, each of us is both the audience and the performer, engrossed in the ever-evolving narrative. We may not have the power to change the circumstances, but we do hold the power to transform our experience by choosing our response consciously. We have the power to switch the channel of our inner narrative, to tune into the empowering discourse of consciousness and mindful living. Remember, each moment you live consciously, each moment you choose your response. You're casting a stone across the waters of existence, creating ripples of positivity, not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you, ultimately contributing to the collective consciousness of our species. If you have found resonance or illumination within this space we've created, I encourage you to share your thoughts, insights, or experiences in the comments below. Engaging with one another not only enriches our understanding, but also contributes to a collective wisdom, a shared exploration of the universe within us. I also invite you to visit our website, aglowlifestyle.com, where you'll find more spirituality content. Every interaction, every comment, every like and subscription brings us closer to a collective awakening. As we stand at the fork in the road of life, the path of conscious living beckons. So tell me, fellow seekers, which path do you choose? How does your world look now? What ripples will you create in the ocean of existence? I leave you to ponder on these questions as we continue our journey into the fascinating world of consciousness and mindful living.